How's it going, everybody? I'm Josh from Elder Drunken Highlander, and this is a deck tech video for Cadira, Caller of Swords, token/equipment deck that makes use of all the various equipment out there that make tokens. We'll use these swords to power up Cadira, giving our killer commander a vicious streak a mile wide, while also providing tokens to fuel our rabbit army. By the end of the game, we'll have the power to kill with either overwhelming commander damage or an unstoppable token army. Take your pick. Oh, also the mental image of bunny rabbits with various swords in their mouths is pretty dang cute. It's the main appeal for the deck, honestly. Before we hop into the deck tech, let's first jump into some ways you can support the channel. You won't want to skip this. Was that enough rabbit puns? Are you happy with me? Anyways, if you enjoyed this nonsense and aren't already, make sure you subscribe. Liking and leaving a comment goes a long way to supporting us as well. If you want to brew decks like this one with others or even play some games online, we also have a Discord you can join. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Card Trader Zero. Card Trader Zero is a unique service that allows you to buy cards from sellers all over the world without paying shipping fees. It works in a very simple way. You buy the cards you need on their website, choosing from sellers all over the world. The cards arrive at their warehouse where the team manually verifies each one. They keep your cards for you, like a mailbox. When you want, you can redeem the cards and have them sent home with a shipment. Just click a referral link in the description below or scan the QR code and it'll take you to their site. Links are in the description. Okay, now back to the deck. This deck is pretty straightforward. Play equipment. It makes tokens. Attack with Cadira. Make more tokens. Win through combat. That's it. Thank you all so much for watching. Alright, so you checked the timestamp and saw that there's a lot more video left. Turns out there's a lot more nuance to this strategy than one would initially think. Besides just the obvious beatdown path, there are numerous ways to E-rabbit-cate your opponents, them scooping to bad puns being one of them. First of all, our deck is very commander-centric. Cadira is our primary source of token production and also our main path to reducing life totals. Because of this, we include quite a few ways to keep her safe. Cards like Silk Guard, Dawn Charm, and Tamio's Safekeeping can protect Cadira in response to removal, and equipment like Swiftfoot Boots or Sword of the Realms and Thrawn Power Suit help protect her passively. I thought about Heroic Intervention as well, but ultimately decided to pass because of the price tag on the card. I actually built a cheap jank deck for once and wanted to keep the price down. Darksteel Plate was another consideration for this slot. I even looked at Lightning Grease, but didn't want to play the Kansas City Shuffle with the Shroud Boots every time I wanted to move equipment around. If our commander does manage to go down though, we have other backup options. Etched Champion is a prime target for colorless equipment or just a block, and Azuri's Brigade is a lot of power for a low cost. It pairs especially well with the Dragon Throne of Tarkir, an equipment that is also an anthem. Halvar, God of Battle, giving double strike is really helpful as well. We also have some ways to slam in there with just tokens. Hour of Reckoning makes sure there will be no non-token blockers to mess us up, and since it has Convoke, we don't even have to pay full price for it. Horn of Valhalla not only makes tokens, but also rewards a single creature, not necessarily our commander, for going Y with a buff, and cards like Brass Knuckles can be spread out on tokens from our equipment to make them even deadlier. Who needs Cadira? Besides that, we have a suite of equipment helpers to assist our tokens and commander with getting huge, sharp, they can leap about. Look at the bones! Arden, Halvar, Stoneforge Mystic, Pure Stew Paladin, SRAM, Armored Sky Hunter, and Kemba Regent all do cool token equipment things to help us win. I feel like Cadira is Kemba's spiritual ancestor in many ways. These creatures all assist our equipment production, helping us generate more swords and dudes to hold them. I really like Armored Sky Hunter here since he attaches the equipment automatically to himself or Cadira while still generating tokens from their ETB abilities. So that's more or less the whole strategy. Next, I'll list some key cards that we haven't talked about yet, the notable inclusions. Mortar Pod. This is another use for our many tokens and acts as both removal and a way to finish off players when combat just isn't enough. Bloodforge Battle Axe. The card was practically designed in a lab to be played in this deck. It is a token that also is an equipment. Helm of the Host. Multiple Cadiras is dope. Multiple Stoneforge Mystics is backbreaking. Multiple 1/1 Soldier tokens is just silly. Fetching this card off of Stoneforge is hella funny. Or I guess you could be lame and get Batterskull. Prosperous Innkeeper. It makes a token for Cadira to summon bunnies with and also gains us oodles of life. I like it. Prize Fight. This card is in a similar vein. I really like all the removal options like this one, Crack Open, and you find a cursed idol that can also make treasure. Cadira gets us rabbits from treasure tokens as well. Next, we have some cards that I considered for the build but ultimately chose to leave out. You may want to include these in your own version of the deck. Sword of X and Y. These are all obvious includes for an equipment deck and I really just wanted to show off the jank. Body and Mind is the most on theme here, but all of them would be good. Anthems. I considered Intangible Virtue, Coat of Arms, which would have been very on theme, and Overwhelming Stampede for this list, but ultimately figured the equipment being spread out around our guys would be similar enough. These cards are still good though. Dragon Throne of Tarkir is doing its best coat of arms impression in this deck. We actually had to cut a lot of equipment from some of the living weapon cards, including the costlier ones like Cauldron Complete. Wolf Rider Saddle also didn't quite make the cut here. Danatha, all three of them, were heavy considerations too. In the end, I just couldn't find the slots and felt they were worse than the other creatures we have. They would be good in a less commander-focused build of this deck. Sun Titan. Bringing back stuff is pretty good, but I didn't like it at 6 mana for this deck. It could easily slot back in if you feel like you need it. So there you have it. Bunnies with blades, rabbits with rapiers, cottontails with claymores. The Cadira deck. You can peep the deck list in the description if you want to build something like this or give the list a go in a game on our Discord. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, a like, and subscribe if you haven't. We also have a Twitter you can follow as well as a Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching and stay janky, my friends. Going wide with a buff and cards like grass. Damn it. I forgot punctuation on the script. Besides that, we have a suite of apartment helpers. I wish I had apartment helpers. I could use some cleaning. Besides that, we have a suite of equipment helpers to assist our tokens and commander with getting huge, sharp. They can leap about. Look at the bones. Show a picture of Bone Horde here, or even better, you can get like the still shot from Monty Python the Holy Grail, where Tim is like, look at the bones, and just like have a picture of Bone Horde like badly overlaid over the bones. That would be hilarious. I would give you like a high five and a big ass fucking hug. Can I just say it's been very refreshing doing a janky, weird, combat-based, non-combo simple deck after 2 storm decks in a row on this channel. So that's nice. I don't know when this is gonna go up, but I wrote this right after the Tatsunari video got put in. So it's been a lot of crazy stuff. This is a refresher. This is like a nice flavorless Greek yogurt in the morning is what this is like.